It's the Friday Night Frenzy on News 18. Sports from where you live.
Thank you for joining us for another round of the Friday Night Frenzy playoffs. I'm your host, Bree Shackelford, and I am so happy that you are here. We have several great games for you on our lineup tonight. If teams win tonight, they're moving on to semi-state, which is one step closer to getting that coveted state title and bragging rights of being the best in the state. Now, without further ado, let's see who survives another week and who will end their season tonight. Starting off with the Carroll Cougars, who traveled far for their regional championship. Carroll taking on Adams Central, a team with a lot of moxie and fight. Starting off, Cougs didn't look so hot after QB Luke Tanner fumbles the ball. Flying Jets quick to swoop in and recover it. But don't cheer too hard, student section. Cougs are ready to pounce. It's the exact same play as we saw before, only this time things are switched. Jets fumble leads to Grady Light recovering it and putting the Cougars back on O. But this team wouldn't get far and would have to punt the ball, only to have the Flying Jets block that and finally get on top of it to get amazing fielding positioning. And now Adams Central is in scoring position, and this team will fight their way into the end zone, taking a couple Cougars down with them to score. Flying Jets would land in the end zone several more times in this game and end up taking the Class 1A Regional Championship. Final score, Adams Central wins 35-0. Carroll ends their season 12-1 overall, Great job, Cougars. We are so proud of you. Over in Class 3A, we have the West Lafayette Red Devils taking on the Knox Redskins. The Red Devils heading into this game undefeated and looking to remain that way after tonight, and it seems that they would. QB Max Mullis would have himself a night, having 260 passing yards, 3 of those being touchdowns. Wide receiver Jack Montes would be 6 and 8 tonight with 1 touchdown and 127 yards. Westside really put the pedal to the metal tonight and took the regional championship with ease, winning 55-14. They'll now face Chittard for the semifinal game. Up north, we have the Lafayette Central Catholic Knights taking on Andrean. It's year 2 in Class 2A, and CC was looking to move on to the next round, but they're going to run into some trouble early on. Andrean's Billy Henry is in some trouble. He's able to complete a pass to Patrick Clax, who has time and space to get into the end zone. CC down 7-0. Later on, it seems to be the exact same song and dance. Henry passes, it's complete, and Notre Dame commit Drake Bowen shows us why he's going D1 as he leaves the Knights defense in the dust and puts up another 6 for his team. But CC isn't going down without a fight, and Ben Mazer is here to lead that charge. He's dodging around tackles and getting upfield to put his team in scoring position. Beautiful run by the senior, and his efforts will not go to waste. This time it's Mazer throwing, finding his target Owen Munn, and he brings down in the end zone to get CC on the board. Finally, Knights would get the 2-point conversion after and would be down 14-8, but the 59ers offense would be unbeatable, it seems, and they would end up running away with this game. Final score, CC loses a tough one, 30-12. Congrats, Knights, on another great year. Well, we have 3 schools down and 1 more to go on our Friday Night Frenzy show. And this time we had 1 team playing close to home, thank gosh. Lafayette Jeff Broncos were looking to make history and move on to semi-state, but we're in the playoffs and a lot of things can happen in just a couple hours. Sports 18's Kelly Hallinan gives us all the highlights from Class 6A Regional Championship. Kelly, take it away.
We have reached regional play for high school football, and Lafayette Jeff is back home this week taking on Carroll Fort Wayne. Broncos are looking to spoil yet another team's undefeated streak. Let's check out who will be advancing after tonight. Bronco fans making some noise at the shoe for regionals. Carroll strikes first after blocking a Jeff punt. Jimmy Sullivan throws an 11-yard pass to Camden Hirschberger in the end zone. Chargers up 7-0. Broncos even things up on a 16-play drive. Glenn Patterson punches one in from 2 yards out for the touchdown. It's tied 7-7. Second quarter, Jeff back to work. Zaya Powers runs 14 yards and scores. The point after is blocked. Broncos take a 13-7 lead. Carroll tries to answer, but Bronco defense steps up big. A huge sack by the defense to force a Chargers punt. Zaya Powers is back to work on offense. He runs 3 yards for another touchdown. Jeff leads 20-7 at the half. Third quarter, Carroll capitalizes on Jeff's mistakes after a punt hits a Bronco and the Chargers recover it. Braden Steele runs 34 yards for the touchdown. Jeff only up by 6. Broncos working hard on defense, but a face mask flag gives the Chargers a first down, which leads to another score. Jimmy Sullivan with a 26-yard pass to Jaden Hill. Carroll goes up 21-20. And that would do it. Mistakes in the second half cost the Broncos, and the Chargers win. Final score 21-20.
Yeah, it's a group of tough kids. It's obviously being that close to making school history and having an opportunity to win the first regional in school history would have been special. But I think the thing that hurts the most is we don't get to practice on Monday with this group of kids. Honestly, it's just it's been a special group of young men, and really sucks it's over.
It was a tough one tonight at the Shoe. Lafayette Jeff's postseason run comes to an end, and Carroll Fort Wayne will survive and advance. Reporting from Regionals, Kelly Hallinan, Sports 18.
Thank you, Kelly. An amazing job as always. And it isn't a crazy Friday if we don't have other sports to talk about. Purdue men's basketball is back in action, taking on Austin Peay for its second game of the season. Boilers looking to start the 2022 season 2-0. First half, Boilers weren't looking too hot. Purdue was on the attack here, and they'd be quickly switching to defense after the Governors stole the ball and dunked on them just as quickly. But Purdue is able to answer right back with a big dunk of their own, coming from big man Zach Edey. Edey would end up finishing the night with 30 points. But the veterans can't have all the fun now, can they? Freshman Braden Smith has to show what he's made of, and he does just that by draining that three. Purdue would go on to win the game 63-44 and now remain undefeated on the season. Boilermakers next play on Tuesday against Marquette. And just like that, we are done with another round of highlights from our Friday Night Frenzy. Congrats to all teams who competed tonight. We are done with the highlights, but you have to stick around for the next half of our show, and that's because we need to hear a preview of how the Boilermakers will do against the Fighting Illini in football. Sports 18's Maddie D'Addario is in Champaign, Illinois right now, and will let us know how the team will do tomorrow. You'll stick around, that's next.